Hey guys, it's YOU WACK, and very rarely do I ever start my tip videos off with a clip showcasing the topic that we're talking about, and in today's video we're going to be talking about how to deal with a good Widow. So you see right here we're defending on Hollywood, and the Widowmaker just grappled onto the ledge on the building right across from us and was able to sniper a Genji. And this can be very scary for some players because, and especially on console, it's very rare to run into a Widowmaker that is able to hit a majority of their shots that end up in eliminations, and that can freak out a lot of players. And they might not know what to do. They can be like, oh my god, they have a good Widow, oh, someone's got to do something, someone deal with the Widow. Well, that's not helping anybody, rather than just being able to figure out a plan to help deal with that Widowmaker. Because yes, it is scary. You don't ever see a Widowmaker. 9 times out of 10, Widowmakers aren't able to hit a lot of their shots. But when they are, they can be very, very deadly. But that doesn't mean you can't find an answer to help deal with them. So I really wanted to start this video off showcasing that Hollywood clip, because that's going to be the main setting when we're talking about solutions of how to deal with the problem. The problem in this case is a good Widowmaker. So let's just show this screenshot right here. So you see a common spot that a lot of Widowmakers go to, especially on attack on Hollywood, is this ledge right here. And this is our problem that we're facing, is that we have terrible positioning. Why? Because the Widowmaker is able to have a field day because she has line of sights on everyone, especially me. I mean, I'm far back, and that's just because, well, I hate guarding the choke so far up. And I was trying to tell my team, but you know how competitive Overwatch is. No one listens to the shot caller, but that's not what we're focusing on. What we're focusing on is that Widowmaker able to have line of sights of me, those 2 people on the side, and eventually the Genji, because he's bouncing up and down, which is what he's supposed to be doing. But here is the first solution when dealing with a good Widowmaker. And this takes a little bit of map knowledge, and this might be like a, well, duh, bro, you whack, but people don't think of this. Get out of the Widowmaker's line of sights, especially long lines of sights. Yes, you're gonna be in the enemy's line of sights, but it's at those long ranges that Widowmaker is gonna excel at. And the reason why I want to specify with this Hollywood location is because an easy solution that my team doesn't seem to realize is that we can easily just back up behind the choke or straight up just wrap around on like the left side right where that bush is. The problem with the second solution though is that the team is gonna be able to push the backside on the mega health pack, like around the stair area. So that might be the only problem, but the main problem here is that we're gonna get sniped anyway. You know what I'm trying to say? So why not give you extra protection to yourself by simply just shifting your positions? A lot of time Widowmaker is able to get a lot of snipes, not necessarily because she's great, but just because people are out of position and they're in the long lines of sights of Widowmaker. But in those times where there is an amazing Widowmaker, no matter the line of sights, there are still solutions, because a lot of people can comment, oh, YOU WACK, obviously you haven't seen a Kefri stream. He can snipe anyone from 2 inches away, which is your PP size. All right, chill right there. We don't need to roast me. Here is the next solution, because I'm trying to help you, all right? Don't roast me. What's one common snipe that you normally see in the kill feed from a Widowmaker? Squishies. Why? Because she's able to charge up her shot and instantly kill a 200 HP hero, like you saw with Genji. That's just what she's supposed to do. So who can easily snipe even a Widowmaker headshot? That is right, tanks. You have to adapt your team comp. You have to be able to change who you're playing to be able to deal with the main problem, because I feel like this is something that a lot of players might realize. They might be, but do you ever do it? Like, do you ever take initiative? Do you ever tell your teammates, okay, we see that Widowmaker is the problem, let's deal with the problem? Well, how do we do that? By changing our positions. If that's not working, making sure that we will not die from the Widowmaker. You're gonna want to adapt your team comp to have a more tank-centric or dive-centric team comp. Why? Because you want to be able to survive the Widowmaker shots by not having a more stationary team comp, because Widowmaker feeds off of that, and 2, you want to be able to put pressure on the Widowmaker to either A, make her change positions, or B, just straight up kill her, make her deaded. So there's our 2 solutions right there. Change positioning so that you don't have long lines of sights where Widowmaker can easily touch you, but you can't touch or even kill the Widowmaker. And the second one that you can probably do with the first one is switch to different heroes that will not only not die to Widowmaker, but can also put pressure on her. Because I don't know if I said this before, but you're also going to have to just constantly dive on the Widowmaker. Make sure that you're not going to get controlled by her sniper, rather than just you're going to force her into different positions that she doesn't want to be in, and in turn hopefully mean that she's going to switch to a different hero. Because again, this is dealing with a good Widowmaker. This isn't dealing with a good Reaper, because more than likely that Widowmaker is going to switch to Reaper. She's going to see big heavy tanks like a Winston and a Diva and even a Genji and think, okay, well, if I can't kill with Widowmaker, I can probably kill with Reaper. Overwatch is a game that's just all about switching, but more importantly, adapting to your environment. A good player is going to recognize, okay, here's the problem, what's the solution? Well, the solution is just what I freaking talked about, change positionings and change heroes. This applies for all the roles, DPS, tanks, and even healers. If you're playing someone like Zenyatta, you might think, I don't need to help deal with the Widowmaker, I'm playing healer. You guys should do it. BS. Because if you're constantly dying from that Widowmaker, it's probably because you're the stationary floaty Omnic, where you can play someone like Lucio and not only just miss all those Widow shots, but also help your team dive that Widowmaker. You could be playing someone like Soldier. Well, if Widowmaker is the problem, why not play someone like a Genji or a Doomfist or even a Sombra that won't die from that Widow and that can even dive them, you know? That's what being a smart player is all about. And I know what you're thinking, but bro, you whack. Can't I just play my own Widowmaker? And that's the third solution. I didn't want to promote that. I wanted to promote the first and second solution because they're safer, but they take a little bit more coordination. With the third solution, that's assuming you're the better Widowmaker. That's assuming you're the better Kefri. That's assuming that you know your shots. That's why you see it all the time in the Overwatch League, because they're all good Widowmakers. They're all good at aiming, and they all have team composition to deal with the Widowmaker, but they're just hoping that they have the better Widowmaker on their side. So yeah, that is a solution. It's dicey, but it's possible. With my tip videos, a lot of time I'm here to help you, but ultimately I can only help you so much. You gotta be able to help yourself, because I can make all the tip videos I want in the world, but it's up for you to not only apply it, but also adopt the mindset that I'm trying to preach in the videos. In this case, there's a problem. I want you guys to figure out a solution. Too many times people just cry about a Widowmaker. So many times people just cry about a Tracer or a Reaper or whatever. What are you doing? All right, what are you doing to help solve the problem? If you're in math class and you have to solve for X, are you just gonna sit there and cry about it because you can't figure out X? No! I did because I was rebellious, but still, that doesn't matter. Anyway, guys, that is my tip video. I could make more in the future because there's a lot of every single hero could be a problem. A Winston, a Mei, a Pharah. I think I even talked about how to deal with pharmacy, but you get what I'm trying to say. There are many problems in Overwatch that you can find solutions for, but sometimes people just need that like enlightenment, like, hey, we can deal with an amazing Widowmaker. We're not just donezo. Yes, it's rare, but we have to think of something. So, anyway, guys, I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch videos to come, and bye.